Here is another use of pointers, that is how to use pointers with arrays. The pointers can also be used with arrays. An array is a collection of many elements of the same type. All elements of the array are stored at consecutive memory locations. A pointer can access all elements of an array if the address of first element is assigned to it. The name of the array represents the address of its first element. The address of first element can be assigned to a pointer by assigning the name of the array to the pointer. The pointer then can access the remaining elements as they are stored consecutively in the memory. So if our program declare an array int a is equal to 10, here is the name of the array, is the and this name a contains the address of the first array element, uh, and it is also equivalent to a into brackets 0, and we get this address by reference operator AND. So array name works as a pointer variable. The address of first element is also known as base address. Here we declare an array of 10 elements with name int a into 10. 10 is the size of the array, so the name of the array is like a pointer which contains the address of the first element. So here points at the first element of the array. So the first address of an array is also called the base address of the array. For example, if we write int vals and we declare array with values 4, 7, and 11, and when we write cout vals and we write cout vals 0, then it displays us first one displays us the address of the first element, and second one gives us the values on that address. Let's take another example. In this example, we again declare a very array with name array, and we store value 4, 7, and 11 in it. Then we use a pointer variable, and we write int static ptr is equal to a double r. This time we did not use any and operator before the variable while assigning it to the uh, uh, pointer. So what is the ptr plus 1 value? Uh, so when we write cout static ptr plus 1, then it displays us the value of a one element, and that is, and the value of e1 element is 7. If you write static ptr plus 2, then it gives us the value of third element of the array, that is 11. So here is a example of an array with name numbers, and first element indicates the pointer variable. So number, here we are the number 0, number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4 are the locations of these array. So the first location is number, second location is number plus 1, and when we use a pointer number, then the number gives us the location of number 0, and when number plus 1 gives us the number 1 location, number 2, number 3, and number 4 respectively gives us the array elements at positions 2, 3, and 4. Let's have an example. In the main program, we declare number array and store numbers 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 in it. Then we write the first element of an array is, and to access the first element we write cout static number and L and return the 0. We also use number and into the brackets 0 to get the first element of the array, and we also use static number to get the first element number stored in this array. So the program is the first element in the array is 10. Again we declare another array with 5 elements 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10, and we declare a pointer variable aptr. Then we assign the array to this aptr pointer, and we use cout objects to display the address of first array element and the address of aptr and the value stored at the first element and the values stored at the first element by using this pointer. So here is the array of address of array. It returns us the an address of the array which is similarly to 0x22ff20, and the value of array it returns us the value stored on the first element, that is array notation. Array I is equivalent to the pointer notation static ar plus 1. So if we write array 4, 7, 11 and we write int static ptr is equal to arr, it is same as we use array 0. We also use increment and decrement operators with this pointer to access the next elements in this array. So here is the example. We have int y 10 elements array with name y. Y is the address, y contains the base address of this array, and we use pointer yptr, and we assign the base address that is stored in y to the yptr pointer. When we assign the yptr pointer with the base address of this element, then yptr points to the first element of the address. Now we use the increment operator to access the next element in this array. So we write yptr plus plus, it points to the next element. Here is an example. In this example we declare a array y and a pointer static yptr, and we assign the base address of y to the pointer yptr. Then we use cout objects to get the address of the first element and the address of the second element while incrementing yptr plus plus. So the output look like as some hexadecimal value with an increment of 4 bytes in it. Pointer array are array of pointers. An array of pointer is an array in which each element is a pointer. Each element in the array can store a memory address. The array can store the memory addresses of different objects of same type. The syntax of array of pointers is as data type, then the static pointer, then array name, and then the into the bracket size of the array. For example, if we want to declare as pointer array with 3 elements, then we write int static array and into the brackets 3. Here int is the data type of this array. Array is the name of this array, and into the bracket uh, gives us that this array contains three values in it, and the static before the name of the array indicates that this is an array of pointers. So each element of this array is also a pointer. Here is an example. Into the main program we declare int x is 10, y is equal to 20, z is equal to 30. Then we declare an array with three elements and put a static before it to make it array of three pointers. Then we use this array reference of x to array 0th position. We write array 0 element is equal to and x. This means this pointer array 0 contains the address of x, and this pointer array first position element contains the address of second element y, and the position of second array contains the address of third variable, that is z. So when we display these index arrays, then the output of this for loop gives us the values of 10, 20 and 30 that are stored in x, y and z. Pointers and strings, as we already know that a string is an array of characters. A pointer of type char can refer to a string. The char pointer can be used in different ways to refer to a string. To initialize a pointer string, we use char static a is equal to hello. A is pointer to the memory location where h is stored. Here a can be viewed as a character array of size 6. The only difference between that a can be reassigned another memory location. So here is the example. In this example, first of all, we declare a pointer a, and we store a string hello into this pointer. Then we use cout object, and we want to display a, then we want to display its reference, then we want to display its value, then we want the first element of this pointer string array, then we use an increment operator uh, on this pointer, and we also use increment operator on the value stored in this array. So here is the output. When we write cout a, it gives us the value stored in it, that is hello, and then we use the reference operator and a, then it gives us the address of first base address of this uh, string pointers. And when we write cout static a, then it gives us the first element, that is h, and when we use a in bracket 0, then this points to the first element of this character array, that is h. Then we increment it, it gives us complete word hello, and when we write cout static a plus plus, then it gives us the next element, that is e.